Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Nick Plays Terraria. This is the first episode in a series that I'm going to do, which will follow myself playing as a newly created character up until I have all of the items available to me on Terraria just using my single player world, which may take a while, but yeah, long series, and I might have a few little special episodes along the way. Like structures that I have made, large structures. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Let's begin. So this is the main Terraria main page, and you have the ability here to, my mouse is a bit slow, you have the ability to move the moon and the sun around in the back. Just an interesting fact about the back there. You've got your settings here. You can do volume controls and language, some different languages here. You've all these ones. I think it's Italian, I think. Cursor color, so I've changed it to green. You can change it to pink if you want, I guess. Orange, green, pink, purple. I don't know. I think you can pretty much change it to any color. Multiplayer, you can join or host and play. And on single player, you can create your character, which I'm going to go do now. So you have a choice of over 40 hairstyles, I believe. And I'm just going to pick a hairstyle that I like. Now, just do keep in mind you can't actually go back with the hairstyles. You have to restart your character creation if you don't like the hairstyle and you don't want to go through all 40 hairstyles. There we are, and I'll keep it at that color. You can change the hair color like the mouse. Like the cursor. You can change your eye color. You can change your skin color. So you could have it your skin being green or blue. Whatever color. Once again, your clothes, you can have different, your shirt, undershirt, pants and shoes. You can change the color of them. You can male or female. You can be softcore, mediumcore, or hardcore. Softcore, you lose coins on death. Mediumcore, you drop items on death. And hardcore, you die for good. And then you can do random, which randomizes everything. And then you create, and I'll do Scuba Nick 1. Just got so many characters, I might as well just name it that. And I have already created my world due to the fact that it takes several minutes on my laptop to create it. So yes, and an interesting fact about the character creation for the shirt, the color of your shirt is well, in reference to a particular pet bunny that you can obtain either on a server or by buying a special edition of Terraria, I believe. You can, well, those are the only ways I know of actually getting it. On the server, you can buff yourself with it. So it's like enchanting yourself with the pet or something. Like they just call it buff yourself with the pet bunny, and it will be the color of your shirt. So just, if you want your pet bunny to be green, make sure your shirt is green. Anyway, this is the spot that I've spawned on, which is called the spawn point, obviously. Well, not obviously. This is your spawn point, and what will happen is, unless, just an explanation for those of you who don't know what a spawn point is or so forth, you will, until you make a bed, you will keep on spawning back here when you die, or when you use teleportation devices that teleport you back to your spawn point. Now, when you make a bed, you can, as long as your house is alright in Terraria, as long as your housing is suitable, you can make a bed and select your spawn point there. And when you die, you respawn at your bed, and when you teleport back, you go back to your bed. Although when your bed is broken, you go back to the original spawn point on the map. When your bed is broken. So that could work if you're on the other side of the map and you've been doing something on the ocean. You need to get back to the middle of the map quickly. You could just break your bed and die, or teleport yourself back home, back to your spawn point, and that will take you back to the original spawn point. So yes. Anyway, here we have, I'm just collecting some wood to make a house. Now, this is just a normal forest biome over here, the green bit, and this over here is the snow biome, which I'll show you in a few moments. As you can see, you've got penguin and all that there. and I will just plant some acorns, keep the tree levels up. Oops. Now the trees don't take, I don't exactly know the exact times, but all I do know is that there have been several times when I've just left the trees alone and logged back on, I think, and the trees have grown. Anyway, this is where I'm going to build my house right here, because my spawn point is here, and when you spawn in, if you spawn in your particular spot where your house is, I do believe that it can break blocks, and I don't want to keep on placing blocks. So I won't actually build anything there, or put any dirt blocks up, or remove anything, because, well, I could remove something, but we can remove that dirt, or I might actually do that. But if you build the dirt up, it will actually, you'll break the dirt blocks when you spawn in. Although it is okay to plant trees, I believe. See, I can just, and I'll just drop one blocker, I think. Anyway, this is just my typical house that I like to make. I don't exactly make exactly the same dimensions each time. There's a workbench there, but it's roughly the same size, and there are exact dimensions for your house to be perfect. There are exact dimensions, well, sorry, not perfect, suitable for housing to put NPCs like Jake the Guide here. I'll get to Jake the Guide in a moment. So for instance, I can click up here and I can click on housing query, and this is not valid housing. You have to have certain items in your house to be able to place a bed in your house and use that bed as your spawn point. Well, not place the bed, but just use the bed as a spawn point, and to have NPCs in your house, which, yeah, I just said. But this is, I believe you have to have a door, I think. You have to have a door, something about a comfort item and a light source and one other item. So all I have put in is I put 2 doors in, which I'll explain the reason for that in a moment. I put a workbench, a chair, and of course I also make the wall backing. And I just need to go defeat some slimes to be able to get some gel to actually make torches, which is what I just put in for my basic fit. As you can see, I've quite easily, within the first 5 or so minutes, I think, let me just check yeah, within the first 5 or so minutes of being on this world, I've been able to collect enough materials just to make this house. So it is a fairly simplistic and basic house that you can just use the wooden hammer, that you can make with ease. Anyway, I'm going to make some, here's your armor selection here. I'm going to make some wooden armor. Now this will give me 3 protection all in all. And up here I've got a wooden hammer, which for the wooden hammer you can use it to change blocks, so you can make them into triangles. I'll just leave it like that. You can make them into different shapes each block, although it will still retain its water holding shape. So I think its physical appearance will change, but it will still remain. I don't know how to describe it. You could have water outside your house, but even when you change it so that it looks like there's a gap in between, the water won't come through. Basically, yeah, that's the way I'm putting it. It won't come through. If there was water up there, it wouldn't come through that little gap there, kind of thing. You need to use the hammer to be able to make waterfalls, which I will show you how to do later on. Anyway, this double door system here, I use it during an event called the Blood Moon, which is an event that occurs later on. I don't think I fulfill the requirements. I know one requirement is you have to have at least 1 player on your world with over 120 health before the Blood Moon can occur. I'll just put Jake the Guide in here. And then it's got a 1 in 9 chance to occur according to the Terraria wiki. So yeah, but these doors are just to stop the zombies, because during the Blood Moon these zombies have the ability to break down doors, and one way to actually avoid it is, I think, is just place a torch. And just imagine one of these doors is in here, is to place an object in front of the door, because what happens is The zombies kick the doors in, which means they don't come out, they go in. The doors open inwards, not outwards. So if you put a block there, they won't be able to kick it in. Or in that case, I'm pretty sure you can use a torch. However, the double door technique works as well, because the second door stops them from opening the first door inwards. And another thing is, it's more practical than the block, because you don't have to deal with putting the block in. Say you're down mining, and you don't have enough time to do so. When you come back up and you die, you come back up, or and you're off the computer for a little bit, and you don't expect the blood moon to be there, and it occurs, and they knock the door down, kind of thing. It's just better to have it there, because you don't have to have any objects on you. It just means you've just got to open another door. Anyway, what else? Ah, yes. Now, this is an annoying wooden sword. Now, the annoying part in the wooden sword, so, I don't think I've gotten any, no, I haven't gotten any reforges. The wooden, it would, without the reforge, which in this game, the reforge basically presents an enchantment, basically. So the annoying wooden sword, the annoying part of it, the word annoying in that title is the reforge value, which is negative 14% damage and negative 16% speed. So basically it's made into a fairly bad, the sword is pretty bad. So I actually might even just go and make a new one. Which is quite easy because I've got so much wood. But that particular reforge value, you can get when you spawn, the items that you spawn with. Is that good? Yes, and here's a good wooden sword. See, originally it's only meant to be 7 melee damage, but that reforge has given me a very good, a very good percentage bonus to the speed, to the attack, size, damage, and knockback. So the copper short sword, you are spawned with the copper short sword, the copper pickaxe, and the copper axe. Now the copper short sword, which I will demonstrate to you here, I think I've already shown you, but the purpose of this is you've got to stand here and be able to hit them directly from here. And that, if you're, for instance, underwater and you're trying to hit something above you, that is not useful, and it's got a low damage rate, and it's for instance, for flying monsters or flying enemies, it's hard to hit them with it. This, however, the savage wooden sword swings upwards, from a certain point behind your head, upwards and over you. So it's easier to hit the flying objects or even slimes, because you can hit them when they've jumped towards you, and it means that they can't actually jump over you, because while you're swinging it, they won't be able to go, as I will just prove. Oops, he hit me, but they won't be able to jump over you while you're swinging your sword, because it'll just knock them back. So just word of advice: get rid of your copper short sword as soon as possible, because although it's copper, it's got a low damage rate, and it's very easy to make a wooden sword. So just make a wooden sword. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. And yeah, I'm not going to, with the copper pickaxe and the copper axe, I'm not going to replace those until I get, for instance, you can replace it with like a cacti axe, I think is what it's called. Sorry, a cacti pickaxe, and I think that's a little bit better. But yeah, and I can also make a bow. So yes, anyway, I think that nearly brings us to the end of the episode, and as you can see, it's nighttime here. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and next time we're going exploring to the right, and hopefully I'll be able to find a chest which I can actually pick up, and I'll be able to place it here, and I can store all this stuff that I don't need. Anyway, oops, and I'll also have an explanation about 2 further NPCs in the game. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.